on the show. Barry, it's Michael and Don. How you doing?
Good, guys. How are you?
We're doing fine. All right, so tell me, you watched the Yankees last night. I'm sure you watched them all weekend. What do you think? Is this a vastly improved team? And do you think the Red Sox have taken a big step back?
I think with Pedroia being out, I think the Red Sox just haven't gotten their footing yet. I think they'll be better than the way they've played. They got swept by Milwaukee, and you guys beat up on them pretty good. So I think they're better than they're playing right now. I think it's just a matter of health. And the Yankees, yes, I think the Yankees are good. I think the Yankees are going to go late in the season. I really believe that it's all about the pitching. I think Pineda, what he was able to do the other day, was very impressive, and he was really kind of the linchpin for me. If he's good, then I think they've got a very good chance, and he has shown that he can be dominant at times.
You played the position. You know how hard it is on the body, especially at an advanced age. Derek Jeter is going to be 40 years old in June, Barry. He only played 17 games last year. He's got a quad injury now. I mean, realistically, if you're a Yankee fan, how many games do you expect this guy to play?
Well, it really depends on the relationship with Girardi and Jeter and the communication. I'm sure Derek probably wants to play all the time, every game. But playing at that position at an advanced stage of your career certainly does take a toll. So, maybe a double switch here or there. It just depends. I don't know if Derek is up for that or not. If he's up for a double switch, then they can see him just about every single day. But if he wants to go out there and play every single day and play back-to-back, then I think you're going to be seeing what you're seeing right now. It just happens when you get older. Those things just start to creep up on you. Now he's got the leg injury, and who knows if he's going to compensate with the other leg to try to take care of that leg and then have an injury with the other leg, and that's what happened with me. So it really is about the communication with Joe and Jeet, and hopefully they'll be able to work something out where he can play parts of just about every single game as opposed to trying to play every single game.
Barry, it seems to me players get that look in their face when they hear quad. It seems like a very, very tough injury, especially for an older player. Am I wrong on that, or do players fear getting quad injuries?
You're absolutely right on that, because the quad really is involved in absolutely every move. You can kind of protect a hamstring, if you will, but there's really nothing you can do to protect a quad. And we don't know the severity of it. At least I don't know the severity of it. But, yes, anytime that there is a quad injury, then that is definitely a reason for concern.
Now, Cervelli's got the grade 2 hamstring. You feel bad for this guy. Michael was talking about before. This is the third time early in a season or in spring training this guy's had a chance to play a lot and gets hurt. As a former player, have you seen guys feel like they're snake bit? Like, no matter how hard they try, it seems like injuries are always in their future?
Well, specifically for Francisco Cervelli, I honestly love the enthusiasm he brings to the game. Every chance I get a chance to see him play, it's like he does something. He's a good player. I didn't know he was as good a player as he is. And, yes, unfortunately, there are guys that I've seen during my career that just haven't been able to avoid the injury bug, and their careers were kind of dictated by that, just the fact that they were always injured. It's an unfortunate thing. It happens. It does happen to a lot of good players. Hopefully that's not the case, but certainly he's had his share of injuries.
Barry, we were talking about this earlier. Instant replay was created so you could get everything right, and they're getting things wrong. They got the Dean Anna call wrong on Saturday. What's your take on the early returns on challenges in instant replay?
Well, they're not getting the calls right, and it's confusing. And I saw Farrell yesterday when he got thrown out of the game, and he told him you can take that replay and shove it somewhere. And I'm reading his lips, and I agree. It's like, listen, how can you not have the angle? How can you not see the foot come off the bag with the tag obviously there, and the people in the stadium can see it? It's just, it's a work in progress, certainly. But at this point, it doesn't look good. I know I've spoken to a lot of managers. There is frustration across the board and just how the umpires are handling or what angles they are seeing and they're not seeing. It's just unfortunate that they don't have all the feeds. The idea is a good idea, but the execution just is not there yet. So it's a work in progress. We were told by the office to, give it time and let it work itself out, and hopefully it will. But in the meantime, they've certainly missed quite a few calls.
Yeah, and the thing is with baseball, Barry, there's so many idiosyncrasies to it that 3 weeks in spring training can't possibly get you prepared for all the nuances in Major League Baseball, right?
You're right, and I would have loved to have seen kind of them beta tested a little bit more before they implemented it, maybe during this season, giving it a chance to kind of figure it out as opposed to make it part of the game yet, because of what exactly is happening right now. In spring training, they didn't have some of the cameras. They didn't have Control Central up and operational. So, there were going to be some hiccups along the way. Unfortunately, there have been a lot of hiccups on the way and some pretty controversial calls and crucial parts of ball games. The thing about the collisions at home plate, we haven't seen too many of those called, or any collisions at home at all this year. So that's a good thing. They're trying to protect the players. But, the rule changes, I would have loved to have seen them beta test them a little bit more, even during the season this year, so that next year it could go full in execution mode.